Can't hear you, brother.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Now you
bro.
can.
How are you?
I'm good.
Nice. Nice hat.
Enjoying a cup of coffee. Thank you. Trying to get myself comfortable. Something like this.
I love the background. So beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, I thought I'm gonna change today this way.
Ooh.
So, how is life today?
Yes, good.
Loves you.
I just posted a really beautiful post, just kind of like doing a little bit of um gratitude check-in to like how, you know, I wrote, our devotion will be written in eternity. Practice in private, commit and create. Your destiny is a choice and written in your heart's intention. You will always know your truth in life. Take action and make it happen. Together, everything is possible. It's the gratitude check-in, like putting it out into the universe. Great gratitude, grace. Uh, the journey and the experience is such a manifestation of bliss and kindness, and it makes me happy to be able to uh just see the way that I see. And so yeah, it's cool. It's I did a lot of work yesterday on the deck. I put a lot of stuff together, and I'm starting to see who's really committed to this alongside me. I'm starting to see who is willing to help me. It's so amazing because you take action and then you start to see.
Yeah. In that deck, I went through it, and what is missing there? Can I share?
Yeah, I mean, it's not done yet, so it's just a preliminary experience, so there's
Yeah.
nothing necessarily missing. Uh it's just started. So I put it together for exactly this, is to get all the inclusive experience and feedback that's necessary.
So for me, what's missing is authenticity and your signature, like in that authenticity. So it's coming from you or us,
Mm.
and it's very official and very. It's not outstanding, the way like I feel the authenticity is not there at all. Like it's more like following someone else's, how they did it,
Yeah.
where I feel you have it everything inside.
Yeah, so I'm waiting, or what I need, and I love this feedback. I think it's fabulous. It's thank you. Uh what I need is to put the framework together, the structure,
Mhm.
and then I could put the artist, then I could put the grace around it. But in first is like I want to put the structure together so that I have all the solid foundations, so that then I could use my color to attack to it's like understand the rules like a pro so you can break them like an artist,
Mhm.
right? And so I'm putting the rules together so that I could then break it like an artist.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to collaborate on that because I mean, because we coming from the future.
Yeah, and right, you have to remember I just put it together, right?
Definitely, but I think it's a beautiful segue, for us to talk about that.
So like if you have any suggestions, I definitely would love for you to put them in the deck, and then like, hey, what are your thoughts? Like if you have any if you want to add stuff or you think that there needs to be added stuff, like this is what I did. I added everybody to the deck, all the
Mhm.
advisors, all the partners,
Yeah,
all the core team, and I'm seeing who is willing to be inclusive in that experience because it's a team effort.
right.
And so that's where the authenticity shows up is when everybody is willing to put in some of their energy and love into it. That's where the magic is going to really show up. And so that's how I get to kind of lead it is by giving the approach to everybody's heart because it is a team effort and that it's not for me, it's for everybody that we're doing this. So
Oh, oh.
um
But if I am let's say like this, what I want to like, I feel like I'm not getting across the message is like if I am the painter, if I paint the painting, then I'm not thinking about somebody else. Then I'm not waiting for somebody else. I'm painting the painting,
but I'm not
and
waiting,
that doesn't. Yeah,
right?
but in the beginning you said, if I understood correctly, you being inclusive, so you put everyone in who is included in the project as a team. And then what I hear you saying, that you're waiting for everybody to show up, to see what we're gonna contribute, how we're gonna edit it, how we're gonna add.
Well, I do want to see who is interested in adding their
Right.
flavor, right? Because that's the best part of a community is listening and observing and paying attention to what everybody wants to add. However, I'm not necessarily, like I did it, right? Like so it's about making sure that people are willing to put also their if they believe, if they want to make it happen, then they get to put some of their stuff in. And if they don't, or they don't have time, then they can let me know. But that's the thing is like I want to hear and listen because then if it's just me painting the picture by myself, then am I really painting the picture for everybody, or am I not,
Yeah,
or I'm just
yeah,
focusing.
yeah. I feel, yeah, it one does not exclude another.
Right.
and
So that's
and
why
what.
I want to pay attention to everybody's kind of needs because if I'm in true service to everybody, then I'm willing to listen to plus there's things there that like for the example, the valuations and the numbers and things like this that I need, the CFO and the CIO to really put their heads together and help me in
Mhm.
uh, put those details together because they are experts, right? So yeah, Lau and I are meeting at 11 o'clock today to go over some of the details again and go deeper into it. And he wants to add some things. He really loved it, and things like this. So he's put a lot of suggestions together, and
Mm.
that's what it's about. It's about seeing if people are saying, "Yeah, I want to be a part of the project." And I'll just wait for it to happen. Or, yeah, I want to be a part of the project and here's my energy and I want to deliver it as well. Because I keep seeing a lot of things that are happening around me where we're getting people that like we're attracting. You and me, Sagitas, are attracting people where people are like, yeah, I want to come help and stuff like this. And then they see and their actions don't speak, it's the minds that speak. And one thing that I've really discovered, brother, is that you know there's so much abundance in this project, right? And there's if people are really wanting to be involved in this project, they're going to see that abundance. That's going to come back to them tenfold, hundredfold, thousandfold, whatever, right? Uh, if they don't, then that's okay too, and then they get to do their own thing wherever they need to. There's no expectation here. I don't want there to be expectations.
I think and that has to be communicated in. It's a very important point to communicate in a presentation
Uh,
about knowledge.
I mean, I don't know if I want to communicate that in the presentation. I want to communicate that just in like this presentation is for investors, right? This is not about like this is a presentation that's being this is like a pitch deck to investors to help them understand if they want to be involved. But what I'm talking about is the team. What I'm talking about is the community. If people want to be involved in the development of this project, it's actually focused on uh, attracting people that are in service to something greater than themselves.
And you're talking investors as well, attract to investors that is greater, that wanna
Yeah,
invest for greater good.
yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, maybe then we can play with the return of investment to shift it from numbers to paint a beautiful reality what we see in that field. Healthy world, healthy economic system, healthy like balanced reality where people can thrive and live in harmony from you know, like to from thousand folds of return of investment into like give direction already. And that's just a just suggestion, right? Or just like what comes from me, I'm just sharing. To yeah, to talk from the future as this already happened. That's what I was trying this method to use with one yeah, very major investor in from he was liberating the chickens that are caged in China, and is thousands or hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of the chickens living in a A4 size cages. And I was working with him, but he was not ready to step into that because of the fear of risk. You know, looking I guess immature when it comes to investments.
Mm.
And I was suggesting to him, and I channeled for him all this approach is pretty much like what you know we learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza. So communicating from the future as if it's already happened. So like inviting literally investors to come to celebration 5 years or 10 years ahead to some gathering where we're gonna meet, where we already met in the future. You know, like if you have a sense of event, it doesn't matter the time, but you talk from as if you would be on stage on that event. Thank you for choosing, you know, 5 years ago or 10 years ago to partner up, to put your wealth to create the abundance in the world, and now we have this, and now we have this. Like to bring the clear message from the future as if it's already happened,
Mm.
if you see that. And I'm really, bro, looking forward to I don't know how or whatever, but like I feel this presentation is a piece of art, and I'm looking forward to paint it together, as you say. Like I'm very tickly about it, how we
Mm.
can make it something extraordinary that is incomparable. Let's put it that way. So it stands. It's just incomparable. You cannot compare to any other presentation that ever happened in the reality until now. I think we
I
can.
love
Not that I think. I know we can do it, bro.
that.
We can paint it. We can create. So the way I build projects in Sri Lanka and everything, like in every step, I'm breaking patterns. So it's a kind of the theater of the people, like who comes into space. Like I'm already working before they entering the space. Like I'm
Hmm.
constantly, signal symbols, boom, 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 breaking the known. And that gives this, pureness. And when the people arrive in our restaurant, for example, they already forgot where they're coming from, literally. And that trespasses time, trespasses space, trespasses everything. It's a small it's a small theater. I would call it like I like looking at as a theater. So it's the whole thing very designed and articulated, and it has this like a story where it goes. We can start speaking from the future and then and end in the now. So we already twisting the paradigm of presentation just right there. um yeah, details, hand, maybe draw, you know things on painting, whatever we can come up. We have all the tools, bro. Like we have literally everything we need. I have everything we need to make this happen. I have an iPad, I have a pencil, I have a brush. We can take pictures, we can edit, we can do, we can create this. Like I'm telling you, we I know we can do it, bro. We don't have, like, we're doing it.
I love it. And that's the whole point, is making this into the canvas, right? Because this is a painting. I agree. It's the canvas that we are getting to create. It's going from idea to concept to reality. And
And what we talk, like who we talk to is either is investor, either is a bank person, either is whatever. Everyone has inner child inside.
right, right.
Every
And that's
single one. And we can
and that
talk to that inner child which has forgotten why it came here, but it's deep inside already. The knowing is there. We are the pro. We are the masters of it, bro.
well, we're grounded big kids,
Yeah.
that are taking on a huge responsibility on a very massive scale. And you know, I think that, like tomorrow I'm meeting with a friend that has a major project in kind of very sizable in Africa as well, who also done big major projects like this there. Um, and also another man who is very involved in business. Like he's made, he's very successful in the game industry. And so he's had like multiple major exits and two very like resourceful and intelligent men that have won and are winning the games in a major way. So they are very aligned, and we're going to sit down tomorrow and discuss ways that maybe that alignment comes closer together. So we'll discuss that. I'm excited to listen to them and see what their thoughts are on everything, because
What?
I
Mhm.
feel like I need a couple people, a couple extra people that are like this is their life mission, that are very aligned, like it's their life responsibility, it's their life mission, that are playing a really big game, and having a couple people that are also doing it already around me, that can then use their experience to magnify what we're doing and make it
Mhm.
even better and devote them more of their time and energy into it is gonna really like I called it in yesterday, you know what I mean? And here it is showing up tomorrow. So um it's great.
That's like to be honest, that's why I wanted you to share that yesterday.
Yeah.
And I know when we share, it's not about YouTube, it's not about marketing, it's about like voicing out to the universe what we need.
Yeah.
Um, so this is definitely cool that it's happened and it's working. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably my greatest gift is to just be so open because like my calling is to inform and be informed. So if I inform others of what I need, uh I usually attract it to me. Like this has been
Mhm.
over
Beautiful.
the last 3 decades of my life, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I need to be, that's why I stand for such like authenticity and I stand for such truth and I stand for such honesty because it's only in that honesty that you get to attract what you really need in your life. And so, I mean, at least that's what works for me. I'm not
And
saying,
you don't want it to attract that is not in alignment and not
right.
in like honesty that one thing that came as I'm just want to put it out and then it doesn't matter if we how we do it or not doing so what I just saw as a like okay we have a presentation running either is left or down doesn't matter how we do it but to have like a little I see some kind of like a timeline going under or sideways where we picture because the project is designed to release the stranded energy and bring humanity into abundance of energy literally so we paint that picture how energy stranded looks and then it gets released and then something else gets released and we can talk about how we see in that kind of timeline what are we releasing as Jeff Booth was speaking in that what are we liberating from being stranded so we release energy that is being stored or like wasted and then we use that energy and then we use that energy to liberate more energy and then we use to liberate another type of energy and then we liberate humans got liberated and that's a project's idea as well and mission to liberate investors from the fiat mindset from the fiat and that's a stranded energy as well so like there is like so many ways what how we can go just sharing and then we create whatever is going to happen but I want to put that out so you can see if you see
Yeah, I mean, it has to be a part of it, it has to be a part of it because, people know that I don't agree with the existing monetary system. And so that's why I'm so moved by this because I'm very open about the fact that the existing system is not a system that is in benefit. It's a slavery system
hmm
uh for people to that they don't even know that exist that they're enslaved into, right? And so
hmm
by building a better system, this is why and because it's already built, we just have to really make it stronger and secure it more and put it more together. It's really about building an infrastructure. And that infrastructure is not only the monetary protocol, but it's also the water, it's also the power that builds these sustainable communities and
exactly
it
exactly
it takes the unbanked and it makes them banked, right? So it creates a level of equality where somebody that has a in the existing system has a limited amount of assets based off of what their existing currency is versus a currency that is based off of equality. It doesn't matter what race, ethnicity, where you are in the world. So I think that this is like a huge responsibility. I mean, I don't think, I know it is, because that's really, what we're here to do, is to create equality and harmonize this energy. So uh for me, bro, that is probably, it's not probably, that's the number one priority. It's how we start to paint that picture is really in terms of energy, right? So
Yeah.
that's why it's about going into the energy sources. It's about spending time with the energy leaders. It's about spending time in the energy sector. Uh, and that is where we get to uh, help them see that that's really how we cultivate a new monetary protocol.
This is beautiful. When you talk, when you were sharing, I already see things in for that timeline. You know what we liberate. So now we can re-listen this video, and we have a guideline for us to create a presentation.
Mm. Yeah, and I believe that, it's so important for me to share this openly. It's like even that video that I shared about 2 years ago. I don't know if you watched it, but I was in Ibiza. I shared it in the groups. I was in Ibiza, and I was spearheading a project for the island that I thought was benefiting the island, and it had a lot to do about the infrastructure. Same thing. And I was calling forth a lot of help, a lot of support, a lot of community. Uh, and I realized, like, it didn't happen, and it didn't happen for a number of reasons. And I would say the number one priority reason was, like, I probably, my approach could be better. I could have done something better. But what I realized is that that wasn't big enough. So
Mm.
so uh I was talking about on part of the island, and maybe even part of maybe even the island. But what I realized is that my intention there allowed me to come to this kind of bigger picture of where we're at now, because it was still part of infrastructure. It was about food, it was about water, it was about abundance, it was about community. And it's interesting because 2 years ago I was talking about this and, like, saying, hey, this is our home, this is our playground, this is our and I was not as I would say I was still, learning a lot about myself, but you could see in my face I was, skinnier, and maybe, like, not as strong as I was now, because I was really learning about myself. But now it's interesting how 2 years later you can see the difference in the groundedness in the language, but even the power is still there of the language. I really invite you to take a look at it after we're done. It's a great video.
Mhm. Please, if you can share the link, or when did you share it?
It's in all the groups.
You just shared it recently?
Yeah, yeah. I shared it last night.
Okay. Oh, I will check.
I said, look at this video from 2 years ago.
All right, we'll check it.
Yeah. Um, but get this. So when I'm on the land with you, um, on the 29th, when I'm gonna be there with you,
Mhm.
at midnight on that day, I have a call with the indigenous regeneration and the youth. So it's so amazing to have that call at that time in that
Mhm.
space with those
Beautiful.
people all at that, all together. So it's interesting, bro. I'm blown away by the fact that everything that I have
I'm losing
seen in
you
the
a bit.
past.
What
Can you
did you
hear me?
say? Like, I don't know,
Can you
is
hear
it
me?
my connection here?
Can you hear me?
I hear you now. Let's try. It was a bit jumping.
I'm just really blown away by everything that I have seen in the past is literally coming to life now, and I'm walking that vision.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blown away. It's blowing me away.
But this is where also like a lot of teachings we went through is like matter takes time to catch up. So the dream we already saw and created, or is being created, or I don't know which way, and now it's manifesting. Therefore I feel, we don't have to push, we don't have to, like go all old ways. It will come, and it's coming. It's coming. Communication. We just need to ask. I think that's what we need. Okay, time now is for this. Time for this. Yeah.
A- and take action.
Yeah. I'm not like, I mean, action is a part of like how, like, it's not about not taking. It's proof of work, right? This is where it goes, and only, proof of work rewards itself. Once we do it, it unlocks its integrity game again. The universe unlocks through the proof of work, and
Yeah.
we deeply know what to do and what not to do, and how to do it. And when we're doing from proof of work perspective, and then it doesn't feel like a work. It's love in action. It's love in action. That's why, um, I like the manifesting part. When I learned from what's his name, Dr. Wayne Dyer. He is manifest about manifestation. He adds one missing piece that a lot of misses, is that once we have to become it, we have to become that future dream, and it's nothing we gonna jump there. We have to walk the path there. Yeah.
Hmm.
By doing, of course. Yeah, of course, brother. It's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Action. Yeah. Like, I'm really excited about that presentation, this conversation. What we gonna
Mm.
How it's gonna look, how it's gonna be, how it's gonna present itself.
Yeah, it's and it's gonna be, I believe, designed nicer, and a lot of things are gonna happen nicer, right? Like there's gonna be a lot of beauty that is put into it. I needed to just have a framework that I can get
Mhm.
started on. So,
Yeah, it's we have to start somewhere. So that's beautiful.
Odetta, your cousin, she commented in one of our videos that she wants to help us. What does she do?
So she's a mom of 1 year child approximately, and she's that's an interesting one. What does she do?
What does she love? Is a better question.
Exactly. That's where I'm going.
Uh,
So I'm not. Hmm. She loves creating. She's the artist.
mm,
She is the artist, and what she does as a job now, and she loves that. She paints faces for women, nails. She is
uh-huh.
very precise. She when she was growing up, like what I see she loves, like she's very precise, and in small details, like she's like a very, detail.
Mm,
Yeah, beautifying beautifying. I think that's a good definition.
hmm.
Yeah. And about her skills, what she cultivated, we need to check in with her. What is
Hmm.
her skills, what she can do. She loves photography, videography, I think. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
I'm curious about which one video she commented because
The
I'm
one
gonna
that we
answer.
talked about yesterday. The one that we talked about yesterday.
Oh, cool. That was a French, cool, cool.
Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna go back.
All right, take your time.
So how are you feeling?
About
Everything, life. What's going on in your world?
right now when you asked, I was just so grateful. I was just like, yay, enjoying listening to the bees around, tranquility, mm, peace. You know what? I notice when I can hear sounds of nature, then I don't have noise in my head.
Yep. I know that feeling.
Do you hear the bees
Yeah.
in the background? There's
No.
thousands of flies making sound constant like this. Birds all over. It's beautiful. I set up a little bit place today. Did a box for Nala to deliver puppies from the cork. Like so the puppies has a box where they can hang out. Do you want to see the box?
Yeah, let's see it.
Hey, hear this.
Nice. What's up, Abraham?
Good morning, everyone. How you doing?
Yeah, we're amazing.
Made
What
it
is
from
this?
cork
You made this box for what?
for Nala's puppies.
Oh, I love it, bro. It's
It,
beautiful.
it, it's cork. It's
Yeah.
cork. Yeah, you're gonna see it. You're gonna lay down
I
with the
can't
puppies.
wait. Yes, I
You're
will.
gonna cuddle with the puppies there. Look, here she comes.
Hey, Nala.
She's
She's beautiful.
so pregnant.
I have a feeling the puppies are gonna come when I arrive.
Yeah, she was very anxious this morning. I thought she was gonna deliver today.
Yeah.
Mm, but now she's calm.
Hmm. Abraham,
We'll
how
see.
are you? You wanna pop in or what's up, buddy?
Yeah, it's Tuesday morning, 11:42. You guys,
Hmm.
I love you guys. So
Yeah.
I'm still in my, still in my head. That's my problem.
Hmm.
But that's a process, brother. I mean, it's a practice. So don't expect, that is just gonna shift.
Mm.
It's beautiful. I admire your honesty that you just like, yeah, I'm still in my head. It's so beautiful. It's and it's like it's just what it is, what it is.
My wife's kind of pissed off at my situation in life. She's not happy. So it is what it is.
Yeah, and I feel you, man. It's that's what it is. Exactly. You know, happiness is it's a sovereign thing, so whatever like she needs to do, she needs to do. She's just projecting in towards you, man. Love is such a weird thing when I feel we become family, right? It kind of becomes some kind of power play, authority game, like feeling like you belong to me now. It's a weird construct when we go into marriage. It's beautiful and weird at the same time.
Sorry, what'd you guys
What do
say?
you, I said I love you, bro.
Okay.
Just ranting. If it doesn't go through, it doesn't go through. All right. But yeah. What else, Eric?
I think that brother, I was thinking about when we're in Portugal and musicians, if there's gonna be any live musicians there. I was curious.
If somebody will, I assume, but I don't know. I assume, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was gonna see if we know any chanas there, like to come sing some brasileiro indigenous music. Because I think that Pedro, speaking, of chanas, Pedro messaged me like the last few days. He's been like, "How's how's?"
Ouch, ouch.
You
Su
like,
alegría.
yeah, it's
Su
alegría.
alegría.
It's been such good energy, like, and
That's a good opener. Ouch, ouch.
yeah. So I was just thinking, since we're going to Portugal, maybe I reach out to him to see if he knows anybody down there, just to come and say hello and visit. Because remember when I was in uh that town that I stayed in for freediving?
Yeah.
Well, right next door I met a Chana as well. And
Mm.
it was a beautiful, I think I told you. But anyways, the
Mhm.
point is that maybe I'll see if they're just around or close by.
Mhm.
See if anybody wants to come and just spend some icarus or sing some beautiful songs in the nature. It would be amazing.
Mhm. Check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get some of the brothers to come and visit.
sure, for sure. You coming at 29th, right? Somewhere in the middle of day.
Yeah, so I land on the 29th at 1 o'clock. Um, I land. I think I sent it, Sigita. So I'll just
Yeah, it
double
just
check.
didn't wrote me the on that where you say, yeah, I have it. I have it pinned in our chat.
Ah,
Your arrival time. Yeah, it didn't just say the date, but I think it's plus 1 day.
yeah. So I land.
The takeoff is 28th, and you land on 29.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. So I land at 11:40 on the 29th. Yeah, 11:40 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah,
I
it's
love
cool.
you
It's
so much.
happening. I love you too.
I
It's
really what I love, bro, is that you really know my energy. You don't even like you just get it. I don't even have to say anything, bro. It's like telepathy, bro. It's amazing.
Mm.
Fucking amazing. It's like I don't even understand. Like I mean, I don't need to understand it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, but this is what love is, right? We cannot understand love.
Yeah, it's
Like
cool,
love is
man.
not for a mind. Love is that's why nobody fucking figures out what is love in me. For it takes for me it took 37 years to understand that love is the answer. And literally it went in that event where we met. For me, that was the landing into it.
Do you know what though, bro? I have to say, for me, I was always like this. And people would make me like something was wrong with me. And so I second guessed myself for almost 3 decades.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because it was like I literally just needed to own who I am.
Yeah.
And instead of allowing the fucked upness of the society to manipulate me. And so it was beautiful because what I learned is that it was me just needing to learn how to be myself. That's it.
Yeah. Claiming Eric. Okay, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
Eric this time. Yeah, I had I had I don't know when, but this shift that like I I became at some point after that shift more curious. What is Sigitas? And like, and I was like, oh, who is this? Who is this? And I made a choice to be Sigitas, not somebody else this time. Doesn't matter what I was seeking for or like what the society is providing, but it's okay. Sigitas, let it be Sigitas this time,
Hmm.
and and it's and it's and it's and it's and it's a lot of times is very challenging because like I'm gonna be honest, just like broken mirrors around, like so many
Hmm.
broken mirrors around that is like fucking hell, and they trying to tell me who I am and who I should
Yeah.
do or should not. I was like,
Yeah.
fix your mirror first. It doesn't look very
Yeah.
it doesn't look very like blinking.
Bro, well, you know this. Just before I came back from Australia, right? Before we reconnected again,
Hmm.
I was telling you about all the broken mirrors that were around me and were telling me how I couldn't do this, that, and the other. And it's like, hold on a second. I did all of that already.
Hmm.
But because they didn't see it in themselves, so they're just like, oh, you need to do this or you need to. And you know what the fucked up thing was? Is like, I was like, this doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel
Hmm.
right. And because of my nature nurtures, like I allowed myself to go into that. But what I realized is like that was actually the biggest disheartening process for myself is because I allowed that manipulation to come back into my vortex. And it was beautiful because when we reconnected, it was like spirit was you're ready, you're ready. You've allowed everything, you've let go of it all of it.
Yeah.
And uh it was really a divine calling, I think, because I know it's what I needed personally.
Hmm. And that's just another beautiful memory of that universe is always caring about us and has our back. Universe manifests through other people mostly, and yeah, because we are universe. Everyone is a universe on its own. Yeah. I was walking today here in the forest, and I'm searching. I'm looking for your spot where it's gonna be, and I was just so grateful that you come here and to welcome you in this nature. Yeah, man. Looking forward to see you waking up in this beautiful environment. And I was like thinking also that my Eric brother is, when it goes to nature, it goes on the other side of Atlantic in nature.
Yeah, I don't fuck around, right?
You don't fuck around. When you go, you go. You know, you travel the oceans if it's needed.
Well, yep, 100%.
Yeah.
It's all in, you know. I I'm excited, bro. My mom was like, "Hey, she's just excited, what's the temperature gonna be? Are you gonna be cold? I noticed that it's gonna be warm for you. I'm really excited for you." She's like, I believe it's really what you need. You need to be back in your environment. She knows that
Yeah.
nature for me is so important, because it's for her
And
as well,
also I was thinking that, like, what I see is like you've been working nonstop since Atlantis. You've been on a mission, man. So you really, really deserve of this experience. Like you earned it. Like you really did. You're really doing it. And again, it's universe it wants you to take some holiday and rejuvenate, recalibrate, enjoy, party, dance, whatever is gonna happen.
Thank you, brother. It means a lot. And
Universe is pulling you to a pink planet, bro. Like it's something very outstanding that it's, I don't know if it exists somewhere else.
yeah, I believe everything is meant for happening, right? And do we need to figure out tent or mattress or anything like this still, or what do I need to do, or what do we need to figure out still?
Mattress, I have. Tent, I'm gonna buy. Sleeping bag, do you have?
I will check. I will check, because if I do, I'll bring it.
Check what you have. If you
And
have a tent, then I don't have to buy it because
I don't have a
I don't
tent.
wanna. Yeah,
I don't have a tent. I don't have a tent.
yeah, cool. So then we get one for you, and then we'll gift it to the place, or we'll see. I'm gonna take it to Lithuania.
Or you keep it for the next time, bro.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. If we can keep it here. We can put it, and if people needs to use it, people use it. It's just
No,
that's the
I was
point of.
thinking, like, if you move it around, or if you go around other places in the van
And you come.
and I come again, right? You have a tent ready.
That's so cool. Or maybe you want to carry it with you, bro. Because
No, no.
I'm gonna have to have here seven tents. Like 7 extra rooms in the car. And yeah, the space is really limited here, so I rather gift it or store it.
Yeah. Whatever you feel better. You know best.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
best.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. We will figure it out. That's not a
Yeah.
big deal there.
Is Nala in her bed already?
No, she's next to it. She was laying
Oh.
today. I took her pictures. I'm gonna send you. She wants in the sun. The bed was not in the sun.
Uh,
Hey, hey. Ah, you see her. It's me
yeah.
next to her. She's cuddling there. She's like a real queen
She's
here on the
loving
edge
the
of.
view. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No kidding.
She's enjoying the jungle. So actually,
Yeah.
she made it somewhere in these mountains. So she's gonna deliver it well here. It's just the story just becomes more and more beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfolds itself. Um, yeah.
Good.
What's up for today? What's your plans?
So I'm gonna work with Lau in an hour. We're gonna jump on a call to work on the see some of he's gonna do some of the cash flows for the Bitcoin model, right? So he's helping me with the discounted cash flow model because yeah, him and Marek are in charge of the numbers of that side. And so he's gonna do that, or we're gonna talk about that, whatever he needs. And then I'm gonna practice some singing for my performance on Saturday because I have the Polish dance performance. So it's our 40th dance anniversary, 5 years since our instructor has passed. And his daughter is, leading the charge alongside, I get to dance with her and another great partner that's also leading. So they are I'm learning I have to practice the singing because I'm like the loudest singer, and so I need to really uh I'm really like the spirit of that whole event. So I bring out like a lot of energy, as you know. So
Of course.
uh
I
yeah.
would not expect anything less than this.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so so I've been practicing so my mom said she'll help me and we'll get really good at it. So I want to really nail the songs
Yeah.
because it's more fun, because I really, when I'm dancing these dances, I'm like super enjoy, like people can see I'm having so much fun, like I'm full of life. Because I'm not in my head, I'm totally in my body. I'm totally enjoying, like my body, like my mind tries to tell me I'm tired, but I'm never tired. Like I find more and more energy as I tap into my body and I'm dancing.
Mhm.
So I do a lot of like the difficult spins. Do a lot of the fun polkas and all these things because I like it. I genuinely like it. And
That's so it's the nature for sure. Like it's in
yeah,
genes. The
yeah,
genes are
yeah,
dancing. The ancestrally is enjoying.
yeah, 100%. And so because I've always loved dance and because I always love to dance like intensely, it's something that just, I don't know, it releases something. Like I just feel like my energy just takes over and it's not even me at that point. It's spirit. It's complete spirit.
Mhm. Beautiful.
I just
Happy
love
to hear.
dancing, bro. I've like I've always loved like choreography dancing, like I've always loved like very like stepping. I love bachata, I love salsa, I love like really beautiful waltz and like
Mm.
ballroom. I love these beautiful dances that just polkas, things that are just really full of life. I really love them.
Mm. Yeah, man, it's cool. Like I don't know. Like somehow, like I lost that dancing. I see myself dancing, but I haven't found the interest yet to get there.
Mm. Yeah, like I remember even during the Ikarus and and all of the uh um ceremonies, as I was coming even more back to my heart, I remember like the elders, they would get up and dance with me because they're like, where is this energy coming from? And the people around would be like, whoa, like, I'd just be so full of joy and it just needed to come out of my body. And my body would move in this prayer that just would like, it was so ancestral and ancient. And
Mhm.
you could see that my body was speaking to a lot of the elders, and they jumped up and started dancing with me in all of the ceremonies, by the way, like all of them. And it was amazing because it's interesting. Like I remember even it would trigger some of the people in ceremony, and they would ask me to sit down with anger, and I just would not even say a word, and I would have compassion, and I would look at them, bow to them, put my hand on their heart, and kept dancing. And it was just this place of total reverence where I know I was doing it for a really way more responsible. It had nothing to do with them or their ego or me or my ego. It was just holding a space of such joy. Nobody could
And
make me
that's,
sit down. Nobody could make me
yeah.
sit down.
And when people talk about happiness, is it's not easy to live in joy and not easy to live in happiness when we live around broken mirrors.
Mm.
That's where the challenge is, because like there is that energy of happiness and joy. It's for some reason is pretty much attacked, as you say, what you experienced. Like to silence it is too much. I was curious by listening to you about when you talk about how do you call them, elders from circles. Did you got any kind of this kind of push down, literally, from any wise people?
Never.
Yeah.
The elders,
So
the elders never pushed me down. They always encouraged and sang
reinforce
stronger, and
reinforced you.
they didn't stand up for me, but they didn't also limit me. So what they did is they held the space to allow me to make my own decision.
Yeah.
So they felt the energy, but they wanted to they observed me stepping through the fire. So they observed me stepping through the rites of passage. At the end of every ceremony, I would get a gift from the elders. So I don't know if you've sat with me in ceremony or you've seen pictures, but now I have some of the greatest, like like crowns and amulets and things like this that have been given to me or gifted to me by these great leaders, these great elders.
Mm.
Uh, so they've been all gifted to me by spirit, through spirit, through elders, for the rite of passage. So now when I sit in ceremony, I don't even have to say anything because uh of the pieces that I have. You know what I mean? So there's there's nothing to prove anymore. Not that there was anything to prove before. I was just being myself, but the elders had gifted me with these gifts now that when I sit in ceremony, you could see my spirit because of the gifts, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You could see my ancient responsibility. You could see my knowing from the gifts that I've been given by these elders as a rites of passage. So when I get up and dance now, nobody even questions, or nobody even but in the past, at the beginning, right? I had to walk through the fire. And so it was interesting when I would sing or when I would like people would try to tell me to be quiet because I was praying with the elders, or when I would dance, many men came up to me and told me to be quiet and sit down, and I wouldn't because it wasn't their place. I was doing this for a greater reason.
Mm. Yeah, it's beautiful that you have that courage, and you're literally unstoppable. Like that's what Bitcoin is. Permissionless, but you also do it with respect. You don't throw shit on the table. You don't throw
No,
tables.
well,
Exactly.
this was the thing is like I needed to have compassion to those people because that was their limitation, right? So what happened was that I would be in a space of compassion and endearment, and I wouldn't even say a word, but you could see by my body language that I was kind and compassionate, and I just kept going. I allowed their limitations to be theirs and not mine.
Yeah, beautiful.
And then, as you know, I spent a lot of time with different brothers. So eventually I became the complete space holder, and the brothers would guide the ceremony, but I would hold the space. So I would hold the space of the grandfather energy of the fire, and then it became it was so funny. It's like during ceremony, I became a grandfather. I became this old man that could barely walk. And the youth, meaning the guys, the like Pedro and Zeki, they would be the sons. They would be the ones that would help me really make everything happen. So it was I would never be speaking in uh words. I would be speaking in spirit through the fire, through their music, or through uh my mannerisms. And they felt it
What is
because
mannerism?
mannerisms is like through my motions, through the way that I would look or the way that I would present. And so because they, as you know, those guys and me are very connected to each other, and they would feel it all. And so we would just really move together in a really powerful trifecta, especially when I brought them to Ibiza to really hold a lot of space for the family down there.
Cool, man. How is it going with the girl you were talking about? Still connection?
Yeah, I think that it was a test, bro, and it was beautiful how I took responsibility of the test. And I just really thank you for it, because sometimes past traumas come into your reality to help you try to see how to you're going to challenge it. And then when you look back at a healthy mirror like we have together, we step back into our power instead of trying to please or uh take us back to an old paradigm. And that pattern, I was able to break through it because of you helping me hold the space for myself. And it's not like you were just being yourself. It's not like you know, you didn't,
Yeah, that's the thing.
but that was what I needed to help me realize, hold on, like this is not healthy. This was a trauma, and I healed it through stepping even more into my responsible role uh in a moment. Like fucking a moment. It was amazing. And
That's
so
beautiful. This is so beautiful to get into these where we recognize that we. So it used to be a month or a year to process, and it comes to a week, and then it comes to the day, and then it comes or like 24 hours, and then it comes, like to ah, it's the same pattern, just like okay, I choose different now. I'm not gonna go the same road because I know the road is with the with the pit where I'm gonna fall in.
yeah.
So yeah, it's not choosing the unknown pretty much.
Right. And it was even, I would even say it's deeper than not choosing the unknown. I would say it's not choosing the known, because you see
Yeah.
the pattern. Uh but what you realize is the clarity, because we have each other, because we have the mirror of each other, bro. So it's so important, like for anybody that's listening to us, like to have these healthy mirrors around you, meaning when things get like uncertain, you're willing to have a really audacious and bold conversation with somebody that gets you, that really understands your responsibility in this world at a very spirit level, at a very conscious level. So,
Yeah.
you know, I had the hallucination that this was a woman that I really wanted to be with. But what I realized is that after after I decided not to come, right, the conversation had completely dropped off. And so it's interesting how, by the way, I used to do so many things to satisfy somebody else, but then when it was the time to look after myself, the opposite person would completely fall off the place of the earth. So then my pattern became, okay, well, I have to look after everybody else instead of myself because I was scared of being alone. Whereas now it's like, no, it's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being alone. If it doesn't work for you, like I know what my responsibility is in this world. And so I really saw that behavior happen. And I realized that, yeah, like if this was somebody that really wanted to be around me, would have made a different effort. And that's beautiful. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with her. It means that, that's her path. There doesn't, but the right person or the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with, right? It's not even going to be a question. It's not even going to be it's going to be like, what can we do to spend time together? How can we like really come together? It's going to be like, it's going to be so easy.
I love it. I love that you're so strong anchored in this.
Yeah.
And I will keep you accountable of not choosing anything less than this.
Please. Yeah, because this is I deserve the best and I want the best. And I want my beloved to really see what kind of responsibility I'm taking on. And if she can't see it because she's stuck in her own story, then she doesn't deserve the knowingness of exchanging energy with me in all the ways.
Happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear your intention and vision. Clarity sounds clear.
Yeah.
I wish
And
you that.
bro, I have to say it's like since I was a boy, since I was a little boy, I was like, I want to find somebody that really believes in what I'm here to do. And I have to say, a big trauma of mine, whether it was getting married or being involved with different women, that were serious, or is like they love the fact of how I would take care of them, right? But as soon as I focused on the mission or the community or the vision, it was like,
me. How about me?
right,
Yeah.
right. So either they would get jealous or not enough time with them, or they didn't believe in what I was doing, or they thought I was thinking too big.
Projection.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so. I'm so grateful for my relationship with Sarah, for that reason. To recognize myself even deeper, and it's about me, and it's about my life, and it's about like, but yeah, it's so like I would like to share more, but maybe we stop the recording.
Yeah.
Do you have
I want
time?
you to I want you to share this. Before I stop the recording, I just want to emphasize this last thing for anybody listening or watching back, is that people will come into lives to try to limit you and take you off of the pattern of your realization and your responsibility in your soul's duty or your contract to this earth or to this planet or to this lifetime. In that time, the person that is going to meet you where you're at is going to empower you to follow that knowing, that intuition, that beingness, that responsibility. And if that person or those people around you are not lifting you to your highest, most outstanding level of standard, then they are not exchanging energy or adequate energy with you for you to really live up to your life's will or your life's potential in this paradigm or in this experience. And so for me, bro, I need a woman that is a queen, that is a woman that knows her responsibility in this planet, that is willing to take care of more than just herself or me, but is willing to take care of a community and a group of people, because she knows this life is not her own. This life
Yeah.
is part of something greater than herself. And so
Well,
she's a steward, and that is what I love. That is what I need. So I will
partners in crime.
yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's no point.